There's nothing more beautiful than a starlit night on a clear evening. When my wife and I went on our honeymoon many years ago, we spent the week on a small island in the Caribbean. The island was so small that there was only one vehicle allowed on the island. It was used to transport boxes and some people. It was basically a van. The island was very small, and it was out in the middle of the ocean. At night, we could sit out on the beach, and the sky literally lit up with stars. There was none of the city life to obstruct or to dim the view. I still remember those star-filled nights illuminating the skies. In writing to the Philippians, Paul used the analogy of those bright stars in a dark night to make a point. He wrote in Philippians 2:14 through 15, "Do everything without complaining and arguing, so that no one can criticize you. Live clean, innocent lives as children of God, shining like bright stars in a world full of crooked and perverse people." Paul said that true believers shine like bright stars. That's so true. The reason it's true is that we live in such a dark world. Morality and ethics and a genuine spirit of love and concern for your fellow man is all too often not seen in our culture. It's a dog-eat-dog, look out for yourself culture of egocentric pursuits. It's not too far-fetched to call the world we live in a crooked and perverse generation. Lying, deception, harshness, murder, anger, sexual immorality, and the list goes on, is rampant everywhere. When in the middle of that dark chaos there is a light burning bright, it stands out. The darker the room, the brighter the light seems to be. That is why Paul said that when as people of faith we live our lives free of selfishness, when we live our lives with a gentle and loving spirit, when we refuse to go around complaining and arguing all the time, we're like stars in the night. Simply put, we stand out. Jesus himself said in Matthew 5:14 through 16, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. Let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father." The ironic thing is that in a world as dark as ours is morally, you don't have to shine much to stand out. Even a flicker is noticed. The question for us to consider today is, do we blend in or do we stand out? Too often our disposition, our spirit, and our attitude is just like those of non-believers, non-Christ followers that are all around us. There is nothing unique and special about us to make us stand out. We just blend in with the negative and critical culture around us. We fuss, we complain, we argue, we backbite. We become bitter and hard and pessimistic, just like the non-believers. Of all the people in the world who should be positive in their spirit and approach in life, it should be those of us who are committed followers of Jesus Christ. We have the promise and the assurance of his presence with us always. We have his written word as a guide to our path. We have the promise that he will take everything that happens to us and transform it into our benefit. We have the confident assurance of a place in eternity to call our home. Shake the pessimistic dust from your face and let the hope of Christ shine in your eyes so that you stand out like the stars in the night. Here's a thought for the day. A pessimist just doesn't understand the promises of Christ in his life. Here's a prayer for today. Jesus, help me to focus on you and your promises and not the darkness around me. Shine the light of your love through me today. God bless.